What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? I am so excited because this is a little bit untraditional for me, the way that I'm doing this video, which is why I didn't do my typical intro. But I, for one, got my makeup done today, so I was like, I have to record something. But for two, I just have this message on my heart today to share of why your personal brand is not growing or taking off the way that you are hoping it will. I know that creating and having a personal brand right now is very important to a lot of people. People really do go to Instagram or really do go onto social media and check somebody out before they will go to a website. Like, that's just the world that we live in today. So obviously you want your personal brand to resonate with people, and really having a strong personal brand is extremely lucrative right now. Like, so many brand deal opportunities, so many opportunities for you to create your own product or business or service or whatever as an extension of your personal brand and create a business out of it. It's just so much you can do if you have a strong personal brand. Not to say that that's the only way that you can be successful. I also don't want this video to come across as that, but I just want to help people because I see so many mistakes, and I don't even have a video outline for this. I'm literally just speaking off the top of my head. So the first thing that I want to share is that you don't know why you want a personal brand. Like, you don't know what this personal brand is going to be useful for. You don't know what you want to do with it. And I think that that's really the biggest mistake that most people make. And you get washed into the masses of seeing other people with successful personal brands. So then you just emulate what they're doing. Okay, they're doing hauls, let me do a haul. They're doing try-ons, let me do try-ons. They're doing I don't know, everything in their background is neutral. Let me just neutralize my entire house. They are using these super, brown or neutrally presets on their Instagram photos, and all their photos just look so clean and neutral and just perfect. Let me do that. And so then it's like nothing stands out anymore. Everything just blends in. And on top of that, there's no content behind it. So much of today's branding is focused on the visuals, which I am not here to tell you that the visuals are not important. What I am here to tell you is that the visuals aren't the only thing that matter. And so many people will invest in these expensive photo shoots. They will buy all these new clothes to take these cute pictures, and you're just going the extra mile to make the visual appearance, high. And then you post it and it's like, no, it's not substantive. And it doesn't tell a story. And so the first thing is understanding, why do you want a personal brand? What is your personal brand here to share or say to the people who connect with it, and how will they connect with it? So information without emotion is just information. People need context, they need emotion to really drive the information home and understand how it applies to them. So that is, to me, the number one mistake that people make with trying to build a personal brand, is that you're providing all this information, all this content, but there's no context. You haven't latched me into your life or into your personality even to be able to figure out, okay, that dress she has on, I could actually maybe see myself wearing that. The notebook she's using, like, I really want to try that out because it's helping her be so much more productive, or whatever it is. People have to put context. People need that emotional context in order to really feel a connection and then drive into action. So personal brands can be tricky because for a business, like, you can literally say, oh, I help small business owners market themselves on social media. I'm a content marketing strategist or whatever. And you can create content around that and have your calls to action be, your services. Whereas a personal brand, if you don't necessarily have a thing to push people to, it can get tricky. And that is why it's so difficult for people to really push forward and grow their personal brands, because it feels like this montage of content where there's no thread that goes in between everything. So my next point is to create some sort of overarching theme that helps kind of funnel your content and gives your content some sort of direction. And I would even say, you know, you can have an overarching theme, but I also recommend having a couple of content buckets within that, so that your content can have some level of diversity. So for example, if mine is entrepreneurship, where it's like most of my content is centered around entrepreneurship, and I share my entrepreneurial experiences, it's like, okay, so in each of my buckets I may have vlogs. That is where I have more personable connection. That is where I'm sharing more of my day-to-day. I have informational videos where that is more like this, something where I'm sharing information and trying to educate people so that they can do it on their own. And then some other things that may interest me, like home updates, you know, how I get ready for, you know, getting on camera, which may be more of like a beauty thing, but you know, it's still along the thread of entrepreneurship. So personal brands should have some type of focal point. You will see a lot of, you know, beauty girls, they may have, you know, show their nails, show their hair, show their home or whatever. Like there's diversity within it, but you still kind of go to that person for a certain thing. So it should have some type of focal point. There should be a purpose behind the personal brand, and you need to create that emotional context or connection with your audience. I also want to share that personal brands don't have to be personal, like extra personal. You don't need to share all your business, okay? You just need to be personable. You need to really let your personality drive your brand. And that is another big mistake I see, is that so many people are just straight up boring, okay? Like no emotion. You're just trying to do what so many other people are already doing, and you're posting cute pictures, you're doing all the cute things, but it's like your followers still don't know you. And that's the part where you really have to kind of let your shield down a little bit. So, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, you gotta show up in the morning crusty eyes and with your bonnet on, but I am saying that you can let people in. I always recommend narrow and deep in one area of your life. If you are not comfortable sharing everything, which, child, I do not recommend that anyway, but go narrow and deep in one avenue of your life. So for me, I don't mind sharing stuff when it comes to my business. I am totally open with that, and really like my house too. So like my business, my home, like, you know, I don't mind. There are some people who literally want to stay in their office and they're like, I don't want you people seeing all up inside my house. You know, there are certain boundaries that are set, but that's fine. If you're able to, on camera, take people there, you know, like use your personality, your audience still feels like they know you. So when I say going narrow and deep, I mean, if you want to pick a sliver of your life that you are comfortable sharing quite a bit of in just that one section, it gives this perceived, like it gives this perception that you're actually sharing more than what you are. So I would definitely say, you know, you don't have to be extra personal in terms of sharing your business when it comes to having a personal brand, but you do need to tell a story. So each piece of content, so if you have an Instagram profile, each piece of content should give us an idea of, like, it should kind of help us build the story of who you are. So for example, I just switched my nails up. I meant to post a picture. Can y'all see? They are so cute, y'all. I got a little design. I have literally had the same nails for like the past 5 years. It's easy, it's neutral. Like I don't like a lot going on my nails because I don't want hot pink nails and I have this on. Like I just don't like my nails not matching what I'm wearing. So anyway, I got this little neutral color and I got this little black and white design, and I've never had a design, but nail art is like such a thing right now. So I was like, let me just try something, you know, a little simple. And I really, really like it. And so on my feed, I'll probably post a little picture that like has a little picture of my nails, but actually tell this story of how I've had the same nails forever. but I wanted to try something new, and I really like how it turned out. I like how clean it is, but I ultimately like that I stepped outside of my comfort zone, and you know, I actually really enjoy having this. So I'll probably try something else soon. But giving people some type of context, and it helps people understand you a little bit better. And most personal brands, you're trying to build them on this image, and you're not trying to build them actually on who you are as a person. And that's really probably the biggest mistake that you can have. It is so beneficial to have a personal brand though that isn't so narrowed down into one thing, because a lot of us have different interests, and that's one of the biggest questions that I hear people asking is, you know, I like nail art, but I also like cooking, and I also like fashion, or I also like home decor. Like, I feel like I have to choose one though, and my answer to that is you don't have to just choose one. You can do them all, as long as you make them make sense in context to each other. You know, these are all a part of you. You don't have to pick one over the other if that's genuinely who you are. But the part that people are missing is the storytelling and why you like those things, or how they make you who you are, or, you know, how you can, you know, provide value to your audience so that they actually enjoy seeing the different types of content that you provide. Maybe you are really good at sharing little tips here and there, or, you know, recommending the best snacks or whatever. And so every time you try something new, you're like sharing it with your audience. And so it doesn't make the fact that you like to cook weird, because you're sharing what is a part of you. So that's really the thing that trips people up the most, is that, like, really on social media, you can literally be yourself. And when you're yourself, that creates your niche. Honestly, that creates your personal brand. All of these things put together that you enjoy, that make you who you are, is what makes your personal brand thrive ultimately. And I love using Tabitha Brown as an example, because she has just transcended veganism. Like, she has begun to touch people on such a spiritual and emotional level. Like, people literally feel like she's their mom or their auntie. Like, I love Tabitha, but if you look at her feed, she don't care how her feed looks. Tracee Ellis Ross, again, obviously she's famous, but she don't care. Tabitha Brown is a great example, because she was literally just a regular person, you know, 2 or 3 years ago, and now her personal brand has just soared. And she is, you know, I don't know, her platform is just insanely huge. But not only is she a vegan, but now she's doing, she does a lot of inspirational videos. She shares about, you know, all kinds of things in her life. Now she's acting. So it's just really cool to see when you can just really be true to yourself and kind of post without caring, to some extent. Like, that is what social media, that keeps it interesting and fun. And then I would say another thing is that engaging in just overly self-promoting is where you can start to miss the mark. Like, when you just overly self-promote and you're almost too salesy about yourself, that's when it's not cool anymore. So really try to watch out for being overly self-promotional, and try to be self-aware with your personal brand, and share your level of self-awareness and how that maybe can help other people. So it's not about being flashy or promoting necessarily who you are. It's really about sharing who you are and why you are the way you are. I think that's ultimately what makes a strong personal brand. You guys, last bits is take advantage of your captions, take advantage of you know, giving people context and sharing an actual story, beginning, middle, end. Even how I shared the nail story, you know, that's something so small, but it, you know, I guarantee you people will be commenting about how they maybe tried nail art, or how they maybe tried something new for the first time that they'd never tried, and you know, how that impacted them. Maybe they'll go out and try nail art and tag me in it, and say how that inspired them. It's not about the nail art though. The nail art is just the image that is going to drive home the message. So I'm not saying you always got to be deep. I'm just saying that, you know, provide context and then follow up with the swipe up link or the thing that you want them to do, the call to action. So last little example, I gave this example in my eBrand club. If you guys aren't familiar with it, I talk all about branding, entrepreneurship, and we go really in depth on topics like this. But so if you're interested in joining, I will leave the information in the description box. If it's not open enrollment right now, there is a wait list. So in the description box, it'll take you to the link. Whatever is available on the website is what it is. So usually it is wait list, and we have open enrollment a few times a year, but it could be open enrollment right now. So check the link in the description box. But an example I gave is, you know, if you are kind of a general lifestyle influencer, or, you know, your personal brand is just kind of just your life, you can sell anything. That's the cool part about having a strong personal brand, is that you can literally sell whatever. So if you have bed sheets and you get really, really hot at night and you're a hot sleeper and you're an influencer and you finally found some bed sheets that don't make you sweat at night, and you tell a story about, oh my gosh, I have been a hot sleeper forever. My husband literally like wakes up every night because I'm literally just drenched in sweat. This is not me, by the way, because I'm literally drenched in sweat. I have tried so many types of sheets that I have literally almost given up until I found this one pair, and y'all, these sheets are the bomb. I literally don't sweat. I tried them out for about a week and I haven't sweat at all yet. They're made out of this amazing linen material that is just so soft but airy. And if you are a hot sleeper, especially during the summertime, I highly recommend. I'm telling you guys, I've tried all the sheets in the world. These are the ones. I will provide the link in the swipe up. Let me know if you tried them, because they literally changed my life. Like, that is telling a story. You have the beginning, how, you know, you have this conflict of being a hot sleeper. The hook is that you've tried so many sheets that you almost gave up. The end, or the resolution, is that you found these sheets that actually work. And the call to action is that you can swipe up, or you can click the link in bio and actually purchase them yourself. So that is how you tell a story and also drive action through emotion, with a personal brand, or with any brand. It doesn't even have to be a personal brand. But I'm gonna leave you guys with this, because this is getting kind of long, is that I don't care if you're trying or not trying to build your personal brand. You have a personal brand. Whatever you're posting online is a part of your personal brand, and whoever you are offline is also a part of your personal brand. So, you know, we've all met those people who we see in their Instagram or their YouTube channel be popping, and then you meet them in person and you're like, what? That's a part of your brand. Your personal brand is not just your Instagram feed. Like, it's actually who you are. So just make sure that your personal brand and who you really are, or your personal brand, you know, facing, you know, like, I don't know, public facing personal brand matches who you genuinely are. That is really the most important part of this. And once you can really pull that authenticity into your social media and content marketing, that is when you really start to see your personal brand taking off. On top of all the basics, like being consistent and you know, just all of that stuff. You guys already know those things. But anyway, I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you guys want me to do more pop-ins like this. I just kind of flipped my camera on. I don't even think I'm gonna edit it. I think I'm just gonna like post it and see if it do what it do. But I love you guys. Let me know in the comments if you struggle with your personal brand, if it's just been something you've been working on for a long time and you just don't really know what's not working. If one of these tips is helpful for you, please leave it in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.